Not like the old days when the basketball players were college athletes. These are professional basketball players who are all millionaires, at the least, at the very least. And there is no way they're going to stay in the quarters,
Village.
the Olympic Village, the quarters that have been set up for the athletes. I don't know if you've seen the photos, but it ain't pretty. It's not nice at all. You'd be better off on staying at one of those motels there that sells hourly over on Route 5 in Schuyler.
So I guess one of the rowing events, the Team USA has a specially designed suit that keeps out all kinds of bacteria, and because whatever they're rowing in has like 30 years of raw sewage in it. Disgusting.
Yeah, and dead bodies.
Is that it? Is that real?
There have been reports of bodies being seen and found in the water that people are competing in.
There you go. So you do not think the basketball team is going to stay in that?
No, I don't think
so. They're on a cruise ship, and I'm sure it's all balcony. They got the balcony. Well, they're not going to stay in those little rooms. They've got the balcony places, and I don't know who goes into the little rooms, but it's got to be awful for the basketball team though. The same food every day. You're going in there, the drinks, you walk onto the ship, they got a cocktail waiting for you. It's something. And you can only imagine the bar bill when they leave. It's not going to be good.
How does Chicago feel about this, right? Wasn't it Chicago that was in the running for these Olympic Games, and Brazil beat them?
Yeah. And then this, the whole Zika virus thing has just really put people in a bit of a scary position. All right, Donald Trump. We've talked a little bit about that. The Purple Heart issue. What do you think? And this was just one of the faux pas that occurred last week, and it's been the first. And for the first time, you've seen him take a real hit in the polls based on what's been said, and there's been some tough comments that are made.
So. Maybe I'm struggling to assign fault here. A veteran decides to give Trump the Purple Heart. He makes the offhanded remark, "I've always wanted one of these. Getting it this way was much easier."
Yeah. So clearly, I think you have to look at it in a way that Donald Trump doesn't. He is not making a statement that is degrading to veterans.
Correct.
Knowingly.
Right.
In other words, he doesn't know what a Purple Heart is. That's, to me, that is as much of a problem. This is one of the things, putting a magnifying glass on this guy, that he doesn't know anything about being president of the United States. Something as basic as knowing what a Purple Heart is, where a veteran is given a Purple Heart. Possibly it's the parents. Many times it's the parents of the veteran who's been killed that ends up receiving the Purple Heart. And so many of those with the Purple Heart have been injured either mentally or physically. There was one veteran, was it a congressman? But a veteran that tweeted out a photo of herself in the hospital with her legs blown off, saying, "Donald Trump, this is how you get a Purple Heart. It's not something you want. It's not something you want to get."
Right. He is insensitive to the sacrifice that it takes to earn something like that. I probably, in hindsight, what he should have done is just said, "I'm not worthy of something like this." Again,
but he didn't know what it was.
He gets so much more. He gains so much more by taking the higher road, and I guess that just doesn't factor in.
Crazy. Anyway, and then you've got on top of it Trump blasting Hillary this week. This is just the worst. I don't know that we've ever seen a year where both candidates have such negatives. I don't know how she explains away comments that clearly seem to be lies, how she explains away by saying that she short-circuited. I don't understand that. Yet today, the numbers coming out have her in the lead now by some 10 points in most of the polls over Donald Trump. It was a crazy week, and this is just the beginning. It's still August. 10 points means nothing. It's August. What's the saying that you can't win the election in August, but you certainly can lose it? And that seemed to be where Donald Trump was going this week. Not sure what's going to happen. Got a long ways till November. Hold tight.